कुंज बिहारी माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जन वल्लभ यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय गौरनिता जय गौरनिता संकीर्तन की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1, Verse number 12. Ya esha rajannapi
येषा राजन्नापि
kala ishita sattvam
कालयेषा सत्त्वम्
suranikam avidhetyat ata tat pratyanikan asuran surapriyo
सुरप्रियो
rajastamaskan pravinoti
प्रविनोति
urushravah.
पुरुषः
Ya eshan rajanapi kala ishita
येषा राजनीकालेषु
sattvam suranakamiva edhyatyat
सत्त्वं सुरानिकं विद्वत्
tat pratyanikan asuran surapriyo
तत्प्रत्यानिकान् असुरान् सुरोऽप्यो
rajastamaskan praminoti urushravah.
रजस्तमस्कान् पुरुषः
Ya eshan rajanapi kaleshita sattvam suranikam vidhatyatita tat pratyanikan asuran surapriyo
तत्प्रत्यानिकान् असुरान् सुरप्यो
rajastamaskan praminoti urushravah. What word meaning? Yah, which, Esha, this, Rajan, O king, Api, even, Kalah, time, Ishita, the supreme lord, Sattvam, the mode of goodness, Sura Anikam, numbers of demigods, Eva, certainly, Edhyati, causes to increase, Ata, hence, Tat, Tat Pratyanikan, inimical to them, Asuran, the demons, Sura Priya, being the friend of the demigods, Rajat Tamaskan, covered by passion and ignorance, Praminoti, destroys, Urushavaha, whose glories are widespread. O king, this time factor enhances the Sattva-guna. Translation: O king, this time factor enhances the Sattva-guna. Thus, although the Supreme Lord is the controller, he favors the demigods, who are mostly situated in Sattva-guna. Then the demons, who are influenced by Tamoguna, are annihilated. The Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act in different ways, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities are glorious, and therefore he is called Urushrava. Purport by His Divine Grace S.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 9.29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dvesho asti na priya. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. The Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be partial. He is always equal to everyone. Therefore, when the demigods are favored and the demons killed, this is not his partiality, but the influence of the time factor. A good example in this regard is that an electrician connects both a heater and a cooler to the same electrical energy. The cause of the heating and cooling is the electrician's manipulation of the electrical energy according to his desire. But factually, the electrician has nothing to do with the causing heat or cold, nor with the enjoyment or suffering that results. There have been many historical incidents in which the Lord killed a demon, but the demon attained a higher position by the mercy of the Lord. Putna is an example. Putna's purpose was to kill Krishna, Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam. She approached the house of Nanda Maharaj with the purpose of killing Krishna by smearing poison on her breast. Yet when she was killed, she attained the highest position, achieving the status of Krishna's mother. Krishna is so kind and impartial that because he sucked Putna's breast, he immediately accepted her as his mother. The superfluous activity of killing Putna did not diminish the Lord's impartiality. He is Surdam Sarvabhutanam, the friend of everyone. Therefore, partiality cannot apply to the character of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who always maintains his position as the Supreme Controller. The Lord killed Putna as an enemy, but because of his being the Supreme Controller, she attained an exalted position as his mother. Srila Madhav Muni therefore remarks, Kale Kalaveshya Apishta Dehadi Karnatvada Suranikam Ivastitam Sattvam. Ordinarily, a murderer is hanged, and in the Manu Samhita it is said that a king bestows mercy upon a murderer by killing him. Thus, saving him from various kinds of suffering because of his sinful activities, such a murderer is killed by the mercy of the king. Krishna, the Supreme Judge, deals with matters in a similar way because he is the Supreme Controller. The conclusion, therefore, is that the Lord is always impartial and always very kind to all living entities. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapad Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 1, verse number 12. The Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. So translation is, O King, this time factor enhances the Sattva Guna. Thus, although the Supreme Lord is the controller, he favors the demigods, who are mostly situated in Sattva Guna. Then the demons who are influenced by Tamoguna are annihilated. The Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act in different ways, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities are glorious and therefore is called Urushrava. Urushrava means whose glories are widespread. So here, Shukadeva Goswami is instructing Parikshit Maharaj that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is impartial to everyone. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dvesho asti na priya. Neither I hate someone nor I am attached to someone. Krishna is impartial. He says, I am equal to all. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. So here in Gita, Krishna is saying, Samoham sarvabhuteshu, equal to all, but elsewhere it is said that परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. To kill the miscreants, Krishna says, I descends. So, how to understand this? In one place he is saying that he is equal to all, and another place he is saying that I am coming to kill the miscreants, to kill the demonic people. So, how Krishna is partial and how is he is impartial? So, is he partial or impartial? Confused. So, one more example. Srila Prabhupada has given the purport of an electrician as Krishna said to be the Sarva Karana Karana, is the cause of all causes. So there are two causes, one is primary cause and the second is secondary cause. So yes, sometimes, most of the time, every time we are doing something or other thing, yes, we see that we are the cause or the person who is doing something, the activity, he is the cause, but we are just the secondary cause. Krishna is the primary cause. And if Krishna is the primary cause, we may say that, okay, if something is, generally this is the tendency, if something good happens, we take the credit. Oh yes, thank you very much, I did that. But something bad happens, Sarva Karana Karana. He is the cause of everything, he did that. So who did actually? It's it's Krishna. Who did? Krishna. Good or bad? Good. And what about bad? Okay. So let's analyze this. When I'm saying that there are two causes, one is primary and secondary. So for example, Krishna is the cause of all causes. He created everything. Krishna created our ears. Krishna created or you can say gave us the power to hear, right? And Krishna created the sound vibrations. He gave us ears, he gave us the power to hear, and he created the sound vibration. So whenever we are hearing, so who is the actual cause, who is the primary cause? Krishna. Because if he would have not given these three things, would we be able to hear that? Anything. So he is the primary cause. So now it's what we are given is as a secondary cause, free will. What we want to hear. We want to hear some mundane gossips, mundane songs, blasphemy, mundane regular talks, or just we want to hear the glories of the Lord. We want to hear Harinam. We want to hear the glories of devotees. What we want to hear. That's free will Krishna has given us. Krishna has given us eyes. Yes. Krishna has given us the power to see. Krishna has given us vision. And Krishna has created the objects of vision. But what we are given, what we are endowed with, free will. So what free will about what? What we desire to see. Do we desire to see some sensual objects with which the mind gets agitated, or we want to see the deities or the form of the Lord, so as that our mind gets pleased? So see the deities see the form of the Lord, such a beautiful form. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai. Nice timing. Thank you very much. So it's our free will, what we want to see. Krishna has provided everything. He is the cause of all causes. But how we use that free will, that creates a reaction. Means we are doing that action, and those action will conclude into some reactions. As it is written here by Srila Prabhupada in the purport, an electrician provides electricity. In our house, there are different devices. One is a heater and another is a cooler. You can say room heater, and you can say room cooler or refrigerator or even AC also. So electricity is the primary cause, but secondary cause of changing the temperature of the rooms is the heater and the cooler. So can we directly say that electricity is responsible for heating or cooling the room, or the heater or refrigerator is responsible? Who is responsible? Yes. Primarily electricity is responsible, but heater and cooler are responsible. So if you want to heat the room, what we use? Heater. If you want to cool the room, what we use? AC. Yes? Same thing happens. But directly we cannot blame electricity. Why electricity is heating my room, or why electricity is cooling my room? So who is doing that? AC and heater. Similarly, yes, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Where is Krishna? Here is Krishna. Krishna is the cause of all causes. But who is responsible? Krishna or I? I am responsible for all my activities because he has given me free will. Yes, Krishna provides facilities. He provides the power. He provides the objects. But how I use those facilities, that would conclude into reactions. Krishna created this material universe. He created 24 elements. Yes? But these souls are just resting. When Mahavishnu inhales, all the universe is just collapsed into him. And when he exhales, all the universes manifest again. And all those souls comes again with all those dormant desires, comes into action in due course of time. When time factors enters in those elements, what are those elements? At least 8 1, earth, water, fire, air and ether, and rest 3, mind, intelligence and ego. So when this is all agitated by the time factor, the soul gets enlivened with all those dormant desires to enjoy again. And as we know, the time factor itself is Krishna. So Krishna provides with all those reactions of all those actions which we have done in the past. This point is going whether Krishna is partial or impartial. You must know that in our previous lives, or in this life also, I may have, there are chances, means whatever if you're facing throughout in this life, that I may have used someone. In my previous lives, I may have used someone, I may have abused someone. And of all those reactions, of all those actions, what I did in my earlier lives, maybe this or in the previous, I'm getting the reactions. And in getting those reactions, so now I may be used by someone, I may be abused by someone. But in all these things, so means that this is our destiny. So who created the destiny? I created the destiny. So I launched my destiny by doing some actions, and now I'm just reaping those reactions. So can I do something now? No, actions had already been done in the past. What I have to do now is just face the reactions. But in facing those reactions, now what I have got is how to respond. The response is still in my hand. How I respond. If I again retaliate, I will again create actions. And then perpetually I will get reactions. Again and again and again. And cycle will go on. Krishna knows our past. He knows our present. And yes, He knows our future too. He knows our future, but still He gives us a free will to make choice. Life is made up of choices. That what we choose. He knows our future, but He gives a free will. Okay, you can change your future by choosing. That the reactions you are getting, the reactions you are facing through, the problems you are going through the life, how you respond to those problems, how you respond to those reactions. Are you accepting them in a grateful way, or are you again retaliating? The choice is yours. It's difficult, I know, to face all those things. When someone is using us, when someone is abusing us, it's really difficult. But we have to tolerate. Tolerate the urges of the body, the urges of mind. We have to tolerate. Because if we tolerate now to please Krishna, Krishna is saying, yes, this person wants to get transformed. Then we see that yes, again coming back to the point, Krishna is the primary cause and we are the secondary cause. We have the choice how to take decisions. Right? So, when we take right decisions in order to please Krishna, then we make our life fertile to absorb that mercy of Krishna. Krishna's mercy is always there. It's not Krishna is partial or impartial. Krishna is equal to all. But when a devotee reciprocates with that mercy, he is more accessible, more open to that mercy. For example, when it rains in city also, it rains in a field also, it rains on the roads also, highways also. So who is responsible to whether the crop is being yielded properly or not? Is the rains are responsible? Are the rains are responsible? Who is responsible? Is the fertility of the soil, how fertile the soil is. The more the soil is fertile, the more the crop is of good quality. So how our soil is fertile, how much our soil is fertile, how much our heart is fertile to receive that mercy which is pouring down in the form of association of devotees, in the form of holy name, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the form of prasad. So how we are reciprocating? Yes? Srila Prabhupada, when he was going to America in a Jaladut, he prayed to Krishna. Knowing that Krishna is the cause of all causes, what he prayed that Krishna, I don't know what, I will speak to them. So Krishna, please, you give me words, those words which will penetrate their heart and transform their heart. So you, through the words, you enter their heart and you transform their heart. Because it's not possible for me. So Srila Prabhupada was praying to Krishna. Because Prabhupada knows that Krishna is the all cause of all causes. Brahmadev, he prays to Krishna. What he prays? Tatenu kampam susikshmano unjane vatkripam vipakam hidvak vapurvir vidhan namaste jivetyo mukti pade sadayavak. Who is the, eligible to attain the mercy of the Lord? the one who accepts whatever reactions are coming in his life as the mercy of the Lord. It may be temporarily or materially. We may think that this is bad, what is going on in our life, or this is good, which is going on in life. But he considers it to be the mercy of the Lord. Because it's absolute. The Lord is absolute. So his mercy is also absolute. It doesn't matter whether we consider it bad or we consider it good. Mercy is absolute. That's Brahmadev is praying to Krishna. That whatever is happening to that devotee, he don't hate the other person, he just accept that and continues. Same thing Krishna did. And Putana came to kill Krishna. Baki, he was a she demon. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jighamasya apayat api asadhavi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tato anyam kim va dayalum sharanam rajema. He said that asadhavi. So Putana came to kill Krishna. Kalakut applied poison on her breast and gave that breast, offered that breast to Krishna to suck milk. Or we can say that suck poison. So who was Putana? Putana was Ratnamala in the pastime of Bali Maharaj. She was sister of Bali Maharaj. And when Lord Vamandev appeared there as a Batu, Raman, small child, so the motherly affection arose in the heart of Ratnamala, the sister of Bali Maharaj. And Krishna saw that motherly affection which arose in the heart of her. But when later he expands himself for 3 steps of land, he grew and grew and grew so large that he covered everything in just 2 steps. Now, Bali Maharaj, you are a culprit now because you didn't fulfill my desire. You just gave me 2 steps. So Bali Maharaj was tied up. So where should I place my 3rd step? So when Ratnamala saw that, oh, my brother has been cheated. So this person cheated my brother. He was just a little boy, but now see how giant he has become. So that motherly affection was doomed. So what now arose is hate, envy. She just wanted to kill that person, Lord Vamandev. Although not physically she was having that capacity, but the feeling was there to kill that person. Later on, Prahlad Maharaj appeared there. He glorified Bali Maharaj's glorious fortune and all. We know everything, others there. We know the pastime that how Lord placed 3rd step on his head, Bali Maharaj. But point is that Krishna knew. Krishna noticed that motherly affection also and that feeling of killing the Lord also. So, and he reciprocated in that way. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. So in this pastime, when Putana came to kill him, and she was like a serial killer. You know what is serial killer? Why are you laughing? What is serial killer?
Just listen that.
Okay, one who kills again and again in a serial order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Putana was like that. She came to Vrindavan, she killed various children, one by one after another. You know, if Putna would have been here in this Kali Yuga, it would have been breaking news in every news channel. Here we found a demon who is killing one after another every children. Save your children in your homes only. Keep them safe. Stay home. And stay safe from Putna. So Putna came there to kill Krishna in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And when Putna came, Krishna sucked the poison, sucked the milk. But in all this process, what Krishna did was, he sucked all the impurities from Putna's heart. With his little hands, tiny hands, he pressed her. With his tiny legs, tiny feet, he kicked her. And she was totally desperate to get out of his clutches. So desperate that she ran out of the house, and she cannot maintain that his that form which was not real, that is her false form, a beautiful goddess. She cannot maintain that form. So she expanded herself into her real form. As Vamandev expanded in his pastime, so in her pastime, she expanded herself. How much? 8 miles. And what is 8 miles? Near about 12.5 kilometers something. She expanded that much. And Krishna didn't leave her. He sucked till the time all the impurities are sucked in by Krishna. And what remained was only, which was dormant inside, pure motherly affection, which was there, which Krishna noticed. So now what Krishna did was, he killed her when she was already only left with pure motherly affection, and sent her to Golok Vrindavan as a nurse, where she can serve him as a mother, reciprocate him with like a mother. This is Krishna. He takes out all the impurities and only keeps pure things. So now, is Krishna partial or impartial? Ye yathamam prapadyante. How you reciprocates. So he reciprocated with Putna in both ways. He approached Putna approached Krishna in 2 ways, with 2 feelings. Or you can say Ratnamala approached Lord in 2 ways, in 2 feelings. So Krishna reciprocated in both feelings. He gave her opportunity to kill him also, and he also reciprocated with her as a son also. Right? So Krishna reciprocates as how we approach him. Same principle, electricity. Same principle. Okay, one more example. Is Earth, Mother Earth, sweet or bitter? Have you ever tasted mud? Is it sweet or bitter? Yes, how we reciprocate. If we sow a seed of mango, we'll get sweet fruits. But if we sow the seed of neem, we get bitter fruits. So who is responsible? Whether Mother Earth is partial to mangoes and impartial to neem? Can you say that? Oh, I like this mango, so it should be very sweet, and I don't like neem, it should be very bitter. Does it happen like that?
Person is responsible.
So that seed is responsible. we can say the gunas of the seed, the properties of the seed. So how the seed reciprocates with that earth, because both of them, even the neem seed is also getting the same thing, same nourishment, and the mango seeds is also getting the same nourishment, same rainwater, same manure, same earth, same sunlight. What else is there? Same air. Yes, fertilizer, manure. Let be thoda go green manure. Yes. So externally everything is same. So it's the seed that what he receives or what he takes according to his own nature. So same, we as a soul, Krishna is there, his mercy is there in the form of devotees, in the form of holy name, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the form of prasad, in the form of lecture. His mercy is always in the form of darshan. How we reciprocate, what we take, that will decide what we become. So where are we now? That is a reaction of our actions, what we did in the past life. But what we want to be is the actions, what we do now, and how we respond to the reactions to our actions, what we did earlier. So that response will decide our future. Yes, Krishna knows our past, he knows our past, he knows our present, he also knows our future, but he has given us the free choice, free will, how we will make our future. He reciprocates accordingly. Right? And the purport, Prabhupada says, Krishna is Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. He is a most well-wishing friend, very dear friend of all. Sometimes happen that we have done quite a blunder in the past, for which we have to go through it, a very perilous reaction. But he makes it just a very little, like you can say the ocean into just a hoof print of a calf, so that we can go through it very easily. Sri Prabhupada says that if a finger is to be cut completely, Krishna gives just a little scratch. Yes, reaction will come, but it's very small scale. So Krishna minimizes that out of his kind mercy. Suhridam Sarvabhutana. Sometimes devotees complain, I am chanting from so many years. I am a devotee, I am following the devotional process. Then why Krishna is giving me so much pain? Is he God? Or is he all-knowing? Or is he all-powerful? So these doubts may arise. But we should know, yes, Krishna is all-knowing. He knows our past, present, future. Krishna is all-powerful. And he is God. He is present everywhere. But it's not what we were destined through. He has minimized that into a very small extent. Otherwise, he would not have been there. We will totally be finished with all those reactions, what actions we did in the past. So we should be grateful. The devotee is always grateful. Grateful to the association that he is getting. Are we qualified to get this association? Are we qualified? Are you qualified to get these darshans of the Lord? Are you qualified to receive the holy name? It's just the mercy of devotees that we're getting this. If we think we are qualified, finished. But if we know that I am not qualified, I am being blessed, then we will be grateful. And if we are grateful, we'll be happy every moment of our life. And in being grateful that we could create that land of our heart fertile. So when the land will be fertile, we can absorb that mercy more and more. So if we want to absorb the blessings, if we want to absorb the mercy of the Lord, which is already there, we need to fertile the land of our heart by being more and more grateful. More and more grateful. I am not qualified, I am not eligible, but still I am getting it. Then the person is grateful. And the more we are grateful, the more we will absorb that mercy. So Krishna is absolute. Like a mother. When a mother pampers a child, yes, the child can see that. This is mercy of my mother. She is pampering me. But when mother slaps a child, so is that her love or not? Yes? But can a child see that? No. But mothers know that this is for the benefit of my child. Similarly, when needed, Krishna may slap us also for our benefit. He may make us go through a difficult situation of life so that we learn something out of it. So that we go through a purificatory process for our own purification. Difficult situations comes in our life. That is necessary, that is required. But in that difficult situation, we should not lose hope and we should not lose trust on the Krishna and on this very powerful process of Krishna consciousness. And it's not that difficult situations won't come, they will come. And not one time, many times. Intensity may differ, but they will come. And we should be prepared for that. Because the very thing we are in this material world means padam vipadam tesham. Difficulties will come. Be prepared. In purport, Srila Prabhupada gives example of the murderer. It is said that a king bestows mercy upon a murderer by killing him, thus saving him from various kinds of suffering. How is that possible? Should I read again? Listen attentively. A king bestows mercy upon a murderer by killing him. How?
Next life he will be killed.
Thus saving him from various kinds of suffering. So when there is a murderer and kings, there is a murderer and king orders to hang him till death. The murderer is killed. So in that killing the murderer also, it's not that out of envy king is killing that murderer. It's out of compassion that king is killing that murderer. Because that king is saving that murderer from suffering. Prabhupada writes, from various kinds of suffering. And what are those sufferings that murderer has to go through?
Till death, in prison, he will get.
He will get reaction.
Yes. One thing is that in the whole life he will be suffering the guilt that he had killed someone. Murderer. One thing. Next. Second thing is that सुनते ना खून का स्वाद लग गया उसको. He got the taste of killing someone. He has taken the first step. Now it's not difficult for him to kill second one also. So if he started killing one person after another person, so he is increasing his suffering. How? That he will get reactions to all those actions. And and for that one murder also, the more the reaction is delayed, the more he will get that reaction with much amount of interest. Yes? So as early we get reaction, it's nice. The more delayed the reaction is, it's dangerous because now you have to pay with the interest. So that king is merciful, being merciful, out of compassion, he orders to hang that murderer, to kill him, so that he may not suffer more. Out of guilt and out of, you have to pay more interest, more suffering. And Krishna is the supreme judge, Prabhupada writes, and deals with matters in similar way because he is the supreme controller. The conclusion therefore is that Lord is always impartial, always very kind to all living entities. See, Prabhupada writes here that Lord is always impartial. He is not partial. He reciprocates accordingly. ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते, जो जिस भाव से मेरे पास आएगा उसी भाव से उसके प्रति क्या करूंगा? आदान प्रदान करूंगा. And is very kind to all living entities. Very kind. We can see in our own lives also what qualification did we have? Do we have any qualification? But still we are getting so much. Did we ever imagine that in some phase of life we will receive so much? But just because of compassion of devotees, compassion of Krishna, we are receiving so much. You can see your neighbors, you can see your friend circle, you can see your parents, you can see your relatives who is getting so much fortune. You are so special. You are daily getting the darshans of the Lord. Demigods have to come from heaven down here to take the darshan of the Lord. And we are just getting here like anything, daily. But what we have to do is just open our eyes and see the form of the Lord. People, they hanker so much. Prabhuji, I am in such a solitary place, no facility, no association of devotees. I want the association of devotees. I want prasadam. I can't avail the prasadam. How to do? Do you know someone, Prabhuji, who is residing in this area so that he can prepare prasadam for me? Where I can have prasadam? It's have been so many days, Prabhuji, I have not tasted prasadam. So we are very fortunate that we are getting prasadam 3 times a day. And sometimes 4, 5, 6 also. That's really the mercy. So Krishna is very kind, right? So what we have to do is, in reciprocation, so what's our duty? What's our homework?
Make our heart fertile.
Yes, to make our heart fertile. How will we do that? Being grateful. Kritagyata. Being thankful. Thank you very much. That I am not qualified, I am not eligible, but still I am. I am not qualified, I am not eligible, but still I am having all those things. So I should be very much thankful, very much grateful. And if I am grateful, I am thankful, I will be happy always. And second thing, that will make our heart fertile to absorb that mercy which is flowing through, which is pouring down. So this is the principle, sum and substance. Summary, being grateful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
इस व्यक्ति से मन की जय।